Yeah, and these are the controversial bike lanes. Some people like them, some people hate them, but everybody agreed that there was a lack of communication about them. Even the city agreed, and today the director of transportation started the meeting off with an apology. Take a listen.
There's a lot of zeal behind the bike program. We're trying to work quickly to deliver a more multimodal city for San Diego. And in that zeal, sometimes we get ahead of ourselves. So just a little bit of an apology as far as outreach. Everett, and let him take over.
And with that, the city opened the discussion. Now, there were concerns and questions. One man who is also the HOA president of a nearby condo complex said he's been watching the street and noticed bikers don't even use the actual bike lane. So he said if this is about safety for them, it's a big fail. Another woman called in during the Zoom while in her car watching the street and said she hadn't seen anybody biking out here in 30 minutes. One issue a lot of people brought up was lack of parking. The city says it did a study and found only 23% of the 152 spaces were being used on the north side of the street. However, residents were quick to point out you did that study during the middle of the day when people are at work.
Proper communication wasn't done here to the residents along Cambria. I mean, you've done the analysis of parking during midday when that's not really appropriate.
I don't think any of you have been out here at nighttime to see how dark this street is. So for you to say that you need to look into the lights and you need to look into it and you'll pose it to the city, I think that's bogus.
And another person asked, is the city considering altering these bike lanes at all? For example, using them for bike lanes during the day and then using them for parking at night as a possibility. Well, the city said, no, it's not. They said there's just too many issues with enforcement and safety, so they're not looking at that as a possibility. Now, I should point out there are about 30 people on this Zoom call, and 2 of them are bikers who said they're happy with these bike lanes. They applaud them. They say that more should be installed throughout the city. Working for you, Kelly Hessedal, CBS 8.
And Kelly,
Steve and Heather.
Yeah, we have seen bike lanes pop up in various neighborhoods across the city of San Diego, of course, with strong opinions on both sides. But what about this particular neighborhood, Kelly? Are there plans to put even more of these bike lanes there?
Yeah, and that question did come up today because people wanted to know what to expect in the future. And yes, there are plans apparently for more bike lanes on Rancho Penasquitos Boulevard, which isn't too far from here, which of course was concerning for some of the residents. However, the city says they'll get some feedback. There are other options. So they made it sound like maybe they would talk to the community first, or at least let them know about all of this before just installing those bike lanes.